Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to film a video and I have just got home, sat down to film it, and someone is, I don't actually know what they're doing. They're like strimming something or cutting something or something, and there's a lot of noise going on. So not a problem, got my Rode mics out and the receiver has run out of battery. So I'm doing this on my camera with my camera mic and I'm just praying that the noise doesn't get too annoying. It's a bit like on and off, so you'll probably hear it in a second. Buddy's also just here chilling right next to the camera, faffing about trying to catch a fly that is on the outside of the window, so I'm sorry if you can hear her. It's really hot and I've shut the window. What is the temperature? It's actually not as hot today as it has been. Like, the weather has been nuts. We are, that's good, yeah, lay that. It has been like in excess of like 30 degrees the last few days. It's actually only saying it's 21 today, so this is like cold compared to how it has been. And I'm kind of glad, as much as I really love the hot weather, it's actually really nice to have a day that's a bit cooler. So anyway, yes, welcome back to my channel. I thought, rather than trying to sit and film a video about something specific or picking up my camera and just trying to vlog the day, that I would just have a little chat and a catch up. I've made a cup of tea and I thought we could literally sit and have a little catch up. This is the story of my life. Zoom calls, Teams calls, get your camera out, anything I'm doing, Buddy and her tail in the way. I really like watching these catch up videos. I feel like when you've watched someone, especially when you have followed the same person for a really long time, it's really nice to kind of like sit down and have a catch up, exactly as you would with a friend. I always kind of refer people over to my Instagram, but interestingly, I did a poll on Instagram yesterday because everyone is very sectored, and I totally get that because I'm the same. The people that I follow on YouTube, I don't really follow on Instagram, and if I do, it's kind of just to tick a box, I guess, or just to kind of, because I feel like I should. Whereas the people whose content I like to watch on YouTube is very different to the people whose content I like to watch on Instagram, which is again completely different to the people that I actually read blogs of. So it's really confusing, but I feel very much segregated in my audiences. I don't think anyone on YouTube follows me on Instagram, and I don't think anyone on Instagram watches my YouTube. And I have been very particular about not cross-posting or kind of like cross-promoting, because I've actually, one, just quite enjoyed having the different audiences and the different people, but also my Instagram has a lot of like people who actually know me on it. And I know that sounds really stupid, and I'm not trying to hide this channel from people that I actually know. It's more that I want people to watch me and engage with me and follow me because they actually like my stuff, not because they're watching to kind of just have a little snoop and see what I'm doing. I feel like I wanted to build my audiences on each platform for like genuine interest before just kind of cross-promoting and having like a level playing field. I don't know if any of that makes sense. I'm not even sure if that's really how it works, but to me that's kind of how I felt. So I've been kind of like focusing on building the things, or all of the kind of like limbs of my business, if you like, to those audiences before kind of cross-promoting elsewhere. Obviously that doesn't always happen. There's loads of people that follow me on Instagram that know about my YouTube and whatever. But I thought that was a good place to start because I've actually just created another part of my business. So at the moment, my kind of like business as it goes is with Toby, we have a company called Maybe Media, and that kind of covers all external work. So pretty much everything Toby does, or at the moment everything Toby does, is through Maybe Media. So he works with different record labels, and he works with a lot of like musical artists and like graffiti artists and people in Bristol, and he will make lyric videos, music videos, animations, promos, adverts. He started working with a very big record label very recently, which is very exciting, but all of those kind of things are through Maybe Media. Currently I have 2 clients that I manage via our kind of Maybe Media umbrella, and they are two external clients who I do an amount of hours for every week, just helping them out with their social media and their marketing. The reason why I took that on was during COVID, it just got really, really lonely, and I really missed having colleagues and having people to talk to and having some accountability outside of myself, because being your own boss is really amazing, but it's also really hard to kind of like motivate yourself and really hold yourself accountable. So I really wanted, at the start, kind of like the middle of last year, I kind of wanted a bit of that in my life again. So I took on these 2 clients, and it's amazing and it's really great. I think eventually I will probably get to the point where I will let those go, if not probably one of them, because I feel like as my other channels grow, which is kind of where I actually really want to focus my attention, I am starting to feel quite fulfilled in those areas where maybe I wasn't so much before, in terms of like meeting people, doing things, having something a little bit more out the house. I've also just got much more comfortable and in the flow with working for myself. I feel like it was quite a culture shock for me, because I went from always being employed to, and kind of like always working, either managing people or working within a team, to quitting my job, moving across the country, and then going into a strict lockdown within like 2 months. So it was like such a culture shock for me. I didn't actually get to grips with moving. I moved in with Toby as well, so we didn't kind of get to grips with moving in together. Although, to be fair, we'd done long distance for like a year, and we were pretty much living together during that time, just between our houses. And I just didn't have any acclimatization to any of those things, and I think it was more like scrambling for some normality, and normality to me had always been kind of like, oh, well, having accountability at work, having colleagues, having this. So that's kind of where I went, buddy, what are you doing? She's started getting in the washing basket, you know, the like washing basket where you put the washing in to take it downstairs, or upstairs if you live in a normal house, with the holes in the side. She started either getting in it and playing with toys outside, or being outside and putting her toys in it. She likes sticking her legs through the holes, and she's currently trying to pull my dressing gown out through one of the holes, so let's see how that goes. So yeah, so that's maybe media, and that is a part of my life that was like really, really big when I first became self-employed, and has kind of gradually got smaller and smaller. And Toby has kind of like completely taken that over, really, because that is really the core of what he does. Under maybe media, I also have a YouTube channel called Useful Tools, which is basically just kind of, as it says, useful tools. It's things like lights, we're creating some metronomes, green screens, visuals, things like that, things for meditation, fireplace things like that. That channel is monetized and running really well for me, and I really love having that as just like another income stream and hobby. It's quite fun to make those videos sometimes. I've really enjoyed learning about YouTube via that channel, because they're the kind of videos that just get a lot of views really quickly. There's a lot of videos on there that don't, and that's fine. I kind of put stuff up there just to kind of provide like an all-rounded version of what we're trying to do. But there's some videos on there that just got like hundreds of thousands of views really quickly, so it was quite quick and easy to monetize, and allowed me to kind of test the waters in terms of like how to do SEO on YouTube videos, how to upload, how to, you know, put these things together, how to manage comments. And it all sounds really silly, but when you're doing this kind of stuff for clients, it's never quite the same as when you actually then take it on and do it for yourself. And that was a really nice introduction into YouTube for me, because I started that channel 2 years ago now, and I feel like it was a really good sort of like prototype or like guinea pig channel. But I have that as one leg, arm, appendix of the business, and I really enjoy having that, and hopefully Toby will be able to create some bits and pieces for that too, which is why it kind of sits under that maybe media arm. Then for me, I have 2 parts of my business, which was always just everything fell under a thing for, but now I have a thing for and the capsule collection. A thing for is my YouTube, my Instagram, and my blog. It started off as my blog and will probably die as my blog. It will probably always be like that. So I have my blog that's been earning me money for a couple of years now, because stupidly I've had my blog for like 7 years, but always as a hobby. I never monetized it. I never did anything for sponsorships or anything like that. And again, kind of during COVID or after quitting my job actually, I really realised the potential of these things and just thought, why not try? So that's what I did. So I have my blog, which is kind of like in the hierarchy of a thing for it's my blog, my Instagram and my YouTube. But I'm starting to kind of tip the balance now. I'm really enjoying YouTube, and I'm really hoping that that's going to become kind of like on par with my blog, to be completely honest. Instagram I have a massive love-hate relationship with. I love using Instagram. It's my favourite app to use. I don't really use anything else. I'm done with Facebook. I don't even have it anymore. I really don't want to get into TikTok. However, I do feel like TikTok is kind of the future. You know, video content, quick content, it's just where everything's going. So I'm never going to say never, but at the moment I don't have TikTok. And I just love Instagram. I really love stories. I like that it's like one place and you kind of get a lot of different content. You can watch like lives and interact with people, but if you want to scroll through some pictures, you've got the grid. If you want to kind of watch advert style content, you've got reels, and then you've got stories where you can kind of like chat and interact and you know, do whatever. So I feel like as much as Instagram is quite old now, and I feel like there's definitely things they need to do to improve it, I still really like the variety of content on that platform. And for me, and the kind of things that I like to consume, I really like it. What I don't like is having to manage your own Instagram. I definitely much more of a talker and a writer. I can turn my camera on and I can sit, and 9 times out of 10 I've got about 4 hours worth of content that I need to whittle down to 10-20 minutes. I can sit and I can chat all day, and if I've got a blog post to write, I can type away and get a blog post done, and that's great. When it comes to photos or video content without talking, I'm just such a perfectionist that it really is my downfall. I get so critical about like photos, how I look, how I'm coming across, to the point where I think I've micromanaged my Instagram so much that I don't think it really does reflect my personality, because I'm so critical of myself and that kind of content that I don't really enjoy posting on it anymore. So I'm actually going to try and film a bit more content like this for Instagram. I think I need to just start filming stories. I did a poll yesterday and everyone kind of said that stories was their favourite thing. So I think I need to actually I might even do it after this, because I just need to do it. But I overthink everything, and I'll be like, I don't like how I look today, I don't know if I've got anything interesting to talk about today. And actually, I watch girls with no makeup on, just woken up, talking about making a cup of tea, and I am here for it. So I'm like, how can I be so critical of myself when I really enjoy that content from other people? I guess it's just like you are kind of like just like that when it's yourself. You're quite like self-deprecating, where you need to be like lifting yourself, I guess. But yeah, need to bite the bullet, post more on Instagram. I'm getting sidetracked, so let's rein it back in. The point of this was that I have a thing for, which is my blog, my YouTube and my Instagram, and now I have the capsule collection. I am currently studying for a diploma in personal styling. It's something that I've wanted to do for years. I actually wanted to get a degree, but a degree doesn't really fit into my lifestyle right now, financially and just in terms of time. I don't feel like a degree is really going to help me any more than a diploma will. I wanted to have some form of accreditation for backing up my blog posts and my Instagram. I don't talk a lot about fashion on either of those platforms anymore, because I don't feel qualified to. And I feel like if I'm out here kind of giving advice or my opinion, I want to be actually qualified to do so. And because it's just one of my biggest interests, I thought it'd be a really good way to meet people with common interests. And I love studying. I'm constantly learning or studying something or doing some online course. So I just thought a diploma I think will work. I think I thought a diploma would work really well for me because I can fit it in with my current schedule, I can be qualified in something that I'm really genuinely interested in, and I can also use that to sort of complement my current platforms and hopefully create a new one too. Sorry, I literally had to like get off of my feet. I think I've made my feet completely numb. But yeah, I will have my qualification in, I think, October. So I'm looking to kind of like booking clients from November. One of my friends already, I literally made my Instagram the other day and she's already messaged me like, I need your help, like please can I be like one of your first clients? And it just made me so happy because, again, with all of these things, anytime you do something, you just like, I don't know if many people have this, I think everyone has this. I'm sure there's some people out there that are just like really confident and that's amazing and I wish I was like that. But you just get nervous. I get nervous for things. And then I think, I literally was like sat last night going, this is such a waste of my time. Like, no one's gonna look at this Instagram, no one's gonna care. Like, I'm wasting my time. And then my friend messaged me this morning and Toby was like, see, it wasn't a waste of time. You've got someone who wants to be your client already. And I was like, yeah, do you know what? You're right. Even if it means just helping like a handful of people or whatever happens with that, I feel like I'll be really happy if I can just kind of like dabble in that industry, if you know what I mean. Moving on from that, this was supposed to be a catch up and it's just kind of turned into like career talk. But whatever, that's kind of what's going on. It's summer, so we've got lots of summer plans, mostly just with like friends, family, like traveling around, doing lots of things. It's a few of my friends' birthdays coming up, so we've got barbecues with friends, a couple of trips away. I'm going down to Devon this weekend to see my friend who lives there and it's going to be amazing. I feel like it's going to be like my summer holiday because we're not going on a summer holiday this year, but it's so nice at the moment and the thought of just laying on a beach for 2 days with my friend is literally making me so happy. I actually cannot wait. My other best friend has just had a baby and her husband went back to work on Monday, so I went down on Sunday night and stayed at my mum's so that I could spend Monday with her and kind of help her find her feet in like her first day. And that was amazing and it was really nice, and I'm hoping, it's just annoying because I'm like 2 hours from everyone, but I'm hoping to be able to kind of do that again, hopefully maybe next week. It was also my brother's 30th birthday a couple of weeks ago, so I spent quite a long time like making him a huge like big 30, like covered in like photos of us throughout our life and like our family and holidays and things. I got him like a massive box of presents and I got him 30 presents and I wrote this big poem, and the poem kind of related to our life and then each present was related to that part of the poem. So it'd be things like when we used to have water fights with our friend Fabrique in France, and it was like the present was like water pistols, and then something about like Toy Story, and I got him like a Buzz Lightyear t-shirt, and his main present was a bottle of whiskey, but his name's Jack and the whiskey is Gentleman Jack, so that worked out amazingly. So yeah, that was super fun. It was really nice. They've just moved house as well, so it was nice to see their house and like just see everyone. I've started on my Vlogmas intro for this year, and I always think it's really funny when you talk about this in like June and July, but June and July is like Vlogmas time for me. We like to start on the Vlogmas intro. How we did it last year was I was going to source an artist and then we kind of wanted to give it a go on our own, so we actually did the whole animation ourselves. We created the scenes, we created the characters, Toby did the animation, and it was really collaborative between Toby and I, and it was amazing and we loved it. But it literally takes like a month's worth of work, and Toby is so busy and I'm so busy, but Toby's time is very precious, especially when it comes to animating. It just takes too long, it takes too much of his time, so I said to him this year I just want to make sure that the burden is off of him as much as possible, and I wanted to try and do the best I could to kind of like get us prepped where probably like September time Toby can get on and start animating, and hopefully it's not going to eat into then the rest of his workload because obviously he's going to want to try and get as much done before Christmas. Anyway, I had spoken with a few different artists and illustrators about drawing. I've got an idea of like what I want it to look like, so I sent over kind of like my vision for what I want the animation to look like, so that then they can draw 2 separate illustrations for us to then review and animate. I spoke with I think 3 or 4 different illustrators, and I eventually went with a girl from Ukraine. I felt like I liked her style, but I also really wanted to work with her. I just thought that was, given everything that's going on at the moment, I just felt like that was the better decision. I would rather support somebody who actually really is probably grateful for the work than just somebody based in the US or in the UK. So I went with her. So far she sent over kind of like the initial drafts, and we sent some feedback over to her, and I've got second rounds of feedback that I need to do after filming this video, because I really do need to get that back to her. I think by the time she's finished we will still need to do some further tweaking, but that's fine. And then Toby will get it animated. So we've already started working on the Vlogmas intro, and I'm very excited about it. I just love having this to look forward to. I really like being organised, because I would be so sad if it got to Christmas and all of this stuff wasn't done, and I had to worry about it then, or not make the most of having fun during December, because I haven't pre-thought about these things that I want to think about in July anyway. So yes, Vlogmas intro, that's you caught up in my life. I think that's kind of everything. I feel like I'm going to turn my camera off and remember something absolutely massive that's happening, but I'm pretty sure that's everything. I dropped it's actually 12:30 now, bloody hell. So again, been filming for over an hour. I dropped Toby off at 10 o'clock this morning. I dropped him off to get a tattoo, and I stayed with him whilst it was stenciled on, and just while he started to do the tattoo, just because Toby wanted my opinion to see it. It wasn't fully done before he went down this morning in terms of sketches, so we went 100% what it was going to be like. But it's amazing. The tattoo is like a big Japanese goldfish with like the flowers around it and some waves, and then that's going to kind of like cover 2 at the top, cover the 1 at the bottom, and kind of like encompass the rest. And it's literally almost become like a whole half back tattoo now. His whole right side is going to be like fully covered. So it's a big one. He's got 5 hours with the tattoo artist today, and he's got another 5 hours in a month's time to kind of go in everything that he's done. Yeah, so he was a bit nervous. But yeah, he's in there getting it done now, so I'm going to go back down about 3, I think, or like 3:30, to go and see how it's going and bring him home. Thank you so much for watching my little catch up, which has probably turned into a really big long ramble, but thank you very much, and I really appreciate you following me, liking, subscribing. I will see you all very, very soon. Love you lots. Bye.